Hi, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today we're going to do something a little different. It's not a road trip, it's an app review. Something I've been wanting to share with you for a while now since I discovered it. What we're going to do today is dive into this app. It's a travel weather app, and it's called Drive Weather. Now, knowing what the weather is and the winds will be on your route is incredibly important, especially since we're driving a high profile vehicle on our trips. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick review of this app and walk you through how to use the app and show off some of its best features. Also, stick around to the end because I'll go a little deeper into the app and show you a couple of real-world examples of how exactly you can use Drive Weather to make your trip planning easier and safer. Now, this video is not sponsored in any way. I purchased the app with my own money, and I just want to share it with you because I'm excited that I finally found a travel weather app that visually displays what the weather's going to be and the winds are going to be along my trip route. So, hey, stay tuned. So, what exactly is Drive Weather? Drive Weather takes weather forecast data and overlays it directly onto your driving route. Instead of checking the weather city by city and day by day, this app lays everything out visually along your trip. Let's take a look. Now, the real power of this app, look down below. You'll see a sliding bar. That's your departure time. Now, right now it's 6:35 p.m. on a Saturday, and we're going to leave it there just for illustration here. But that's actually huge because the weather at, say, 6:35, well, say the weather, if you're going to leave tomorrow at 8 a.m., the weather at 8 a.m. can look completely different from the weather at 11 a.m. Drive Weather gives you the full picture. Now, this is available on the iPhone and Android, and the layout is simple enough for anyone to use, and it also displays on Apple CarPlay. Okay, I'm going to show you the app layout here. It's pretty simple. First of all, on the right-hand side, the icons you see, there's the plus sign. Well, that's a stop. The next one is the weather. Next one is the temperature, the wind, radar, and then filters. Okay, let's do a step-by-step on how you would set this up, and it's pretty darn simple. Okay, first of all, what you're going to do is go to magnifying glass. Okay, now you're going to see two boxes there. One is the your starting location, and just to plan a trip, you just type in the starting point and then you type in your destination. Let's do that just to make it real simple here. I clicked on that. Starting point, let's say Urbandale, Iowa. End location, let's say Tucumcari, New Mexico. Tucumcari. Now, these are all places that I've punched in the past. And so as you punch them in, you'll have this populated so you can easily go to these cities again. You don't have to retype it. Okay, so that's our end location. Now, I know that when we go from Urbandale to Tucumcari, that's a long ways. That's like 800 miles or so. So we're going to have to spend the night someplace. We're only going to go about half that distance. And as it turns out, we always stop in Wichita, Kansas. And what do? We stop in Wichita, Kansas, and click on that time right there. And you now have a choice of when you're going to leave that next day. I'm going to say we're going to leave at, let's say at 9 a.m. on that very next day. Click Done. Okay, and I always have alternates shown right there. So I want to see the alternate routes just in case they're putting us on a different route than what I would take. Okay, get route. Let's click that. Okay, automatically what it's doing is listing the route, shows it visually, and you also see the weather going all the way down to Tucumcari. You see a stop there, 9 a.m. Sunday. That's when we start over on the next day and make that next trip. Now you can expand this out and see more information along your route. You can see that, oh, look at there. We got snow in Des Moines. That's right. Okay, we're on the weather icons at this point. And by the way, if you want to know what all these little circles, what they are, click down in the question mark down below, and it shows you. Rain, snow, thunderstorm, fog, freezing rain. By the way, I'm showing the premium version. You can also get the free version, which doesn't give you the full access on long trips, but it does give you a lot of access, and you might want to try the free version first and see if you like it. If you've got an RV or you have a high-profile vehicle, you definitely should use this app. I mean, this is exactly what I've been looking for years. You look down below, you see Pro version shows the wind and the wind gusts that are present. So, okay, let's go back to the screen. Now, the important part that I always want to know, I see I'm going to be hitting snow as I'm going down, but then I get out of it. A little bit of rain near St. Joseph. Now, if I click on the temperature, I can see what the temperatures are going all the way down. And guess what? They get warmer as you go to Tucumcari. What a surprise, huh? All right, now let's take another look. This is the important part, the wind. Click on the wind icon. All right, now we're showing, now this, keep in mind, this is actually leaving, and if you look at the very top, leaving Urbandale at 6:40 p.m. on a Saturday. Well, I can tell you that's not what my trip is going to be. I would never leave late at night like this. So I take the slider down below. When do I plan to leave? Well, I'm going to leave, say, the next morning, Sunday I want to leave at Sunday at 8 a.m. All right, you see 12 with 2 arrows, 14, 2 arrows, and that is the wind direction. What that tells me is that we have a tailwind going all the way to Kansas City, and it's 12 miles an hour, 14 miles an hour. That's sustained winds. When it has a double arrow like that, that shows there's gusts. Let's click on the gusts to see what they would be. Wow. So you're going to have some gusts hitting up to 25 miles an hour, but they're going to be tailwinds. And let me tell you, taking our big motorhome, this is absolutely fine. I would love this. I might not even have to press on the gas pedal. I'll just put up my sail and I'll just go down the road. I'm just kidding you. But let me tell you, the gas mileage is going to be great because when you have a tailwind, nice, very nice. Okay, I click back to sustained winds. Now, when we get Kansas City, then we start having a little bit of some broadside winds. The winds are going from north to south. You see that 14 by Kansas City? The winds are going from north to south, and we're going towards the west. So we're going to be getting hit broadside. So it's not all just wonderful. Those are pretty gusty right there. Let's see what they are. Oh, yee. That's not going to be any fun. In fact, for quite a ways until you get to, until you start going back south again, you're going to get hit broadside with some pretty horrible gusts. I'm not happy about that. Then the next day, if you can make it down there to Wichita, when we get to Wichita, the very next day, 9 o'clock on Monday that you leave again because we're spending the night there, you're going to get hit broadside from the south. So the winds are actually coming from the south, going north at 8 miles an hour is that first one, then 7. So you're getting hit broadside. Let's see what the gusts are. Okay, the gusts aren't horrible, but they aren't any fun. And then, as you're making this turn and heading towards Tucumcari, you're going to have some headwinds. So all that gas mileage that you had great going from Urbandale, Iowa to Kansas City, now you're losing it because you're going right into a headwind heading into Tucumcari. And okay, and then we end right there with that 4 miles an hour. And that wind is coming from the north and going south. So that's what that arrow means. So the great thing is you can adjust this. Well, if you wanted to adjust it, and let's see if there was any change in this, especially this diagonal part here where it starts at Kansas City down to Wichita. If you changed your slider and left, oh, look at there. If we left at 12 p.m. on Sunday from Urbandale, first of all, you'd keep your tailwind, and the winds die down quite a bit in this little diagonal from Topeka down to Wichita. Let me just go back and show that to you again. Okay, this is leaving at 8 a.m. You see 12, 14. Let's see what those gusts are. 22 miles an hour. Let's see what the gusts go down to if we left instead at 12. Now, this works out good to show you. Not quite as bad. Down a bit anyway. They're still bad, but they're not as bad. So, there's a real thought there rather than leaving right at 8 o'clock and waiting till 12 to leave. All right. Now, it doesn't make any difference on the second leg from Wichita down to Tucumcari unless you click on the 9 a.m. Monday, that stop right there. Double click it. Edit. All right. Now let's see if there's any change in the winds if we don't get hit broadside. So if we leave instead of 9 o'clock, how about if we left at, the later we leave, the higher the wind. So how about if we left at 7? How about 6:35? Okay. Yeah, you want to leave early from Wichita to Tucumcari. So that's the way you can plan your trip. Let's set the stop. There we go. You can make determinations on when you're going to leave and if you're going to spend the night. Let me tell you, without this app, we ran into some high winds on the same actual route heading from Wichita to Tucumcari. And we spent the night midway just because the winds were they were horrible. They had to be 30, 40 mile an hour winds, maybe 50. I don't know. They're gusting to 50 at least. So we pulled off at a gas station and we just stopped. We couldn't go any further. We were lucky to make it there. That's why this app is so important, especially for wind. Now it does show you, of course, snow too, which we've gone on some routes where we ran into some heavy snow and did some sliding. So that would warn you about what's coming up. You can tap any of these little weather icons to get more information. Let's show like that 13 mile an hour winds. That's just above Wichita. Let me click on that. Okay, in Hope, Kansas. But it gives you some more detail. Bluish skies, wind 13 miles an hour, gusting to 20, 34 degrees. Now, another thing that you might look, so up there, if you look at the very top, it says Urbandale, Iowa, 8 a.m. Sunday, 803 miles to Tucumcari, New Mexico. We arrived there at 12:02 p.m. on Monday. Taking that information, you can look at that and you can say, well, I'm a fast driver. I'm going to make it faster than 12:02 p.m. I'm sure I'd make it by 10. Well, on this app, if you look down below in that little slider icons down below next to the question mark, okay, if you're a speed demon, okay, increase your speed. If you're a slower driver, decrease it. You've got the option. But you can, if you're from Canada, you can show a Canadian map on here. And actually, if you're from Europe, they have European maps for different countries there. So not just the US. It's pretty cool. It's got a quick start video. Definitely want to click that. That's actually the designer of this app, and he's hilarious. Plus, he gives you a lot of details on how to use the app. So I've just shown you very quickly how easy it is to use this. Oh, and yeah, there's radar map right there, so you can watch the radar going across. Say that, well, right about here, I always stop in Bethany. You can say, I always stop for gas there. Well, click that little plus sign in the icon right there and move it. I clicked on that little icon that was right over here, and now I have my finger on it, and I know that, I'm always getting gas right here right in between this area, right about there. And you can double click on that and say the duration of that stop is going to be about 35 minutes. Okay, set the stop. So that has now altered your whole timeline on the trip, on this leg of the trip, going from Urbandale, Iowa, down to Kansas City. So all of these temperatures have changed based on that 35 minutes that you're stopping there. And that's for getting gas. So you can make this as complicated or as simple as you want. Overall, Drive Weather is one of the most useful travel apps out there. It's extremely easy to use. The weather on route view is something regular weather apps can't do. It's great for planning long trips for RVers and high-profile vehicles. The departure time slider is really the heart of this app that makes it so usable. And the free version will show you a lot. It won't show you everything that I've shown you here because this is the premium. I definitely bought the premium as soon as I saw it. But give it a try first for free and see what you think. Leave us a comment. And hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.